to another episode of Open Mouse Podcast. It's Professor Jazz and Dr. Scorpio. We're here to just talk about shit. Open Mouse. It's Open Mouse. We talk about everything, whatever it is, right? How you doing tonight, Dr. Scorpio?
I'm
What is so
straight.
funny? You know
I'm
what?
straight. You funny, man. I'm straight. But
Funny shit.
here's the thing, right? You know, now that we
What?
here, I want to thank everybody, what I'm saying, that's been fucking with us, you know what I'm saying? And thank everybody that's been dealing with us. And, we got a new year finna come up. So it's a lot of new shit finna pop off. But, we just wanted to, touch the people, man, and see how y'all doing. We got some interviews that
Like
we
to
be
talk
doing.
our shit. Shut up.
Yeah. We got some new shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Lamar. What's up with you, my boy? Man, we just
What's going
man,
on?
really just
But
touching bases
yes,
with the
but we
people,
like to
man.
talk about different things and we have a different topics. We were just talking about how that's been on the news.
Hmm.
More teachers having sex with their students.
Yeah,
Now,
I had seen that shit. I seen that
a
shit.
lot lately, a lot. Like,
Hmm.
I get it, the teachers are kind of younger now, like close to their age, but still, doesn't make it right to do that. I mean, I wouldn't.
Okay, I'm glad we got
But
this.
it's always has happened. It seems like it's been around for years.
Okay, yeah, right. So like, let me. I want to iterate this, right. So I went to school. That was in fifth grade, and I had a teacher who was preying on this little girl. He was like writing love letters to her or some shit. Nigga was cutting his arms up and shit. Um, nigga's name was I ain't gonna do that. But
You're
whole
not gonna say
time though,
no.
yeah, cause I still remember his name, but I ain't gonna say his name on here. But he might be living a whole nother different life now. What if this nigga turns a new leaf or some shit in his life or some shit? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's what this nigga got to live with. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely was doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? The people got on his ass and shit. So whole time, I looked at that as like wow, he was preying on this little girl, and then it was like I don't even know how it happened because I wasn't aware of it. Like it was so weird that it happened because he just didn't show up to school. They just told us at school one day, like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was crazy because you know how kids' parents will tell them what's going on already. So the one kid will be probably more informed than others. You know what I'm saying? So when I was going to school and the nigga was whatever, they had basically already knew what the fuck was happening with dude. I was just kind of they was telling me. So I'm like, oh, he was like, he did this, he did that, he did this. And then I told my OG and she looked it up and of course, you know what I'm saying? So it all and it made sense. Dude didn't come to school no more. I didn't see the girl. I didn't even know who the girl was. That's why it didn't
Oh,
make sense
really?
to me. Cause I'm like, when did this even really happen? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you never fucking know. So like you have things like that that's like fucked up and crazy and weird like that, like a 40-year-old nigga trying to talk to a 12-year-old. But then
It
you have
is.
situations that's like, okay, you got this nigga's 18, this nigga's 19. He already fucking bitches. He already doing certain things. And now you got this teacher who could be 30 or whatever the case may be, and whatever situation that happens where they deal with each other, it's like it's wrong based off of a like I guess a teacher pupil type of thing, student type of thing. But it's like, wait a minute, if they met at the grocery store and she just was into little niggas and she fucked a little nigga, he was 19, he was of age. I mean, is that really still wrong? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It happens all the
Hey,
time. I'm like, I don't understand why niggas that be of age, they be 19 years old, 18 years old, be so really quick to talk about stuff like that. I'd be like, bro, you never had a girl that was older, bro? Like, why are you so quick to talk about the fact that you had sex with a girl that's 30 years old and you 19, bro? Like, that's cool, but like, you can't just be cool with it. I don't know. Like niggas we be like 18. We was 17 years old dreaming about this. Like, yo, this teeth. Like I had all these crushes on these teeth. Like, yo,
see,
if she said that, I would do that. So it's like it be looking weird sometimes. I be seeing this shit like, damn, okay, so if all y'all was fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, what really went on? Like how'd
well,
the shit even come out? You know what I'm saying?
and like I said, this been going on for years, as teachers and students. I mean,
type shit. So you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but
It's
the
fucked
thing
up.
is though, as when we're kids, a lot of us had crushes on our teachers. I know when I was going to school, my teachers were way older, right?
Of course.
But still around that age when your body starts changing, you start your hormones and everything, you start having a crush on one of your teachers or someone
Right.
from school. Like it could be anybody from school or just someone older, right?
Right.
So it's something that makes you it's a fantasy that you want to have sex with an older person older than you.
Mm-hmm.
But as like you say, and you're right, there's two scenarios here, where the same woman has on the same kid at school or outside. Would it make a difference? Is it okay for her to go ahead and hit on him outside at the store, like you said, or anywhere else,
Mm-hmm.
knowing, she might not even know that he's in school, whatever, right? But still,
Right.
would it make it better because she met him outside than her being the teacher and him being the student? In a way, it is better she's the teacher and he's the student because she's supposed to be there basically. She's responsible for these kids.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That's why I said it's a very thin line. You know what I'm saying? You have weird situations, and then you have situations that probably happened that could be morally wrong, but understandable. You'd be like,
Right.
oh, so this nigga was 19. He saw his teacher. He saw this. You know what I'm saying? This sub, they used to sub at his school. He saw her at this party, and they ended up linking up and talking it because it was just some happenstance type shit or some shit or some weird shit where niggas know
But
each
if you
other.
say he's
But
19 or
but
whatever, then
niggas,
why does it make it wrong?
yeah,
Because he's the
but
student?
it because of status or because of like mutual parties and shit like that, and because of what niggas actually do. You can't, even if it's a former student, you really niggas would frown upon a professor having sex with his student, even in college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
Niggas
it
frown
happens more
upon
in
that.
college, it
You know what I'm
seems like.
saying? Oh, it's definitely happening in college, but that be my thing as well. It's like it's really, I guess, just like a moral thing. Because when you get down to that, it's like, okay, so now you're talking. I'm talking about on a level where it's a thin line. When you have a nigga who's praying someone who's not of age, it's wrong. Period. But then you have situations where those things happen and the kids be 19, 20, and they know each other, and then things have kind of happened before, and then that just kind of happens.
And
And it's plenty of stories like that.
that's more like, okay, so as the student is 19, he's more mature. He's supposed to be more mature mentally. And I guess that's not compared to the other ones where, I just saw an article right now that the female teacher got arrested because she was having sex with one of her students and giving him weed, giving him marijuana.
And
And
I'm
but
like,
the kid was only 13.
oh my gosh.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It's like that's not right because you're the teacher. You're responsible for this kids. You're kind of like the second parent, but for 8 hours or whatever, how long school is. But you're
Right.
responsible for the kids. You kind of manipulating them, and their children. A lot of times, like you said, around that time too, your hormones. You have a crush on your teacher. That's something that you want to do, but does it make it right?
No,
I mean,
I agree with you. No,
especially
I
if the
agree.
teachers are young too. Come on, the
No,
teachers are so young now.
I agree with
They're still in college, a lot of them.
Nah, I agree with you 100%. The thing is that these kids, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, they don't understand shit, and that's what makes it wrong in a level of manipulation. But that's where I'm like on a level where it's a thin line between someone being of age to do something and still not being mentally ready. So moralistically, that's where it becomes wrong. But it's where it's understandable that, you know what I'm saying, you got this kid that maybe had just graduated and he may be dealing with a girl that's older than him. That could be anybody. Or, he could have been, it could have been one of his teachers or something. It could have been anybody. And it's like niggas wouldn't look at that as a waste. And it depends on like, and then it's crazy because then you have like the aspect where it's supposedly different for women and men. So if a woman, so she graduated at 20 and then the teacher was like, he 40, he like, yeah, let me talk to you. Would you still look at it the same way? You know what I'm saying? So it makes it crazy. But like as a 19-year-old kid myself, I'm like, shit, if my teacher said whatever the case may be, that's just whatever the case may have been at the time. Like I'm 20 years old. Like what I'm gonna do? Now if you talk
Yeah,
about
but
some
then
kid
why
that's
again, like you said,
15, that's
why you
wrong.
gotta tell other guys? Why you gotta tell everybody
Yeah,
else?
you 20 years old, bro. You never dealt with an older woman before. But if you talk about like a 13-year-old kid that's when you giving them fucking weed, bro, come on, G. Like, that's totally different. But I'm talking like literal legal ages of of rights. Like niggas can do things and it's legal. I'm talking that. But if you're talking anything other than that, then it's clearly wrong. But moralistically, a lot of people will just say it's wrong in general for any teacher to be dealing with their student. You know what I'm saying? And it could be it's
Well,
kind of
the
like
way
shitting
they
where
see
you
it is
may
probably again, come on, you're a teacher, you're helping them, you're educating
yeah,
them, you're growing them, and for you, they think that's like kind of like you're manipulating them,
my point. So it could
and
easily be
of
done.
course, like
Yeah.
the students, they see you there basically every day, so they build some kind of connection sometimes.
And so you know what I'm saying, breaking it down in a level to where you can see how manipulation can be done. Of course it could be viewed as wrong, you know what I'm saying, but I've definitely have seen and watched a lot of young niggas deal with older women, you know what I'm saying. It happens. It's kind of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Especially to be told, like, I ain't gonna lie. When you a nigga that need game, if you want game and you a young nigga, you need to deal with an older woman, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, the perfect situation every time, because sometimes there could be some toxic shit going on. But like generally speaking, if you're a younger nigga and you may have a girl who's 7 years older than you know what I mean, 8 years older than you, 20, she's almost 30. That's a girl you can talk to. She gonna have some game for you. She gonna get you together. So by the time you 30, or I mean you 23, you'll have some game about yourself a little bit because now you know certain things. You've had certain experience. She's gonna be able to teach you some shit. That's the level where I'm understanding where these young niggas that maybe of them ages and they getting with these older women and they thinking like, okay, this nigga old enough to talk to. I talk to this little old and just young nigga because he keep acting like he want to talk to me, so I talk to him. And then she do that, and then you telling everybody she did. It'd be like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's very
That's
immature.
where
I
it'd be
mean,
like
I
it'd be
get it.
weird.
You want to brag about it, but
Yeah, exactly. Cause you're
you don't
19.
know the
You're
consequences.
you
Yeah.
just graduated. This is your summer school class, and this is some random teacher's aide that's just here. She's 27. You 20. You damn near been finna be 20. You can't hold that in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Those be different. That's different than you have somebody that's like 15, like I said, this nigga 13 or this nigga 40 and the little girl 13, he trying to write her love letters and shit. That's ridiculous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like the way the system works is like they put all of it together. So no matter what, if you cross these little barriers or you check these little boxes of where you did this particular thing, no matter what the scenario is, you just get put in there. Like you got like the Kevin Petty situation where he was whatever was happening with the little girl and he's not even really of age or something too or something. And it's like this weird situation where he really kind of didn't do anything wrong or something, but it's like he still gets put in the box, or it's not. He's being painted a certain way, like where he did something that he didn't do. You know what I'm saying? 6ix9ine for per se. Not saying you know what I'm saying, I champion that nigga, but he's at a party. The girl say she of age. They do some stuff, and now he's the fucking whatever the fuck because the girl said she was of age and she really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that be happening, and then you just
But
get put in the box, even though you really kind of
unfortunately, that was her fault. She shouldn't be
you
alive
know
in
what I'm
the first
saying?
place.
But they niggas ain't viewing it that way. Niggas just view it as
And they don't
you
care.
just wrong. They don't care. Niggas ain't viewing it like, yeah, bro, you could have did this or could have did that, bro, and woo, they not viewing that shit like that. They viewing this shit like you should
Well,
have never did.
obviously, she did it for a reason, you
You
know.
get what I mean, yeah, you know what I mean, to fuck with niggas and to get clout or to look some
Yeah,
way, and yeah, so it's that shit is there for niggas, but it's just what I'm saying. I'm saying on a general level, like I've seen that shit happen, and I
yeah.
know for a fact niggas aren't, you know, you know, it's a lot of niggas who are preying on people, but it's a lot of times where people really just be like, you know what I mean, kind of like in weird situations, and then things kind of just happen because they, you know what I mean, niggas are doing stuff, and it's like unfortunate that you could be in a situation where instantly you be, it's just there. You know what I'm saying? And because you kind of doing something you kind of know you probably shouldn't be doing, but it's really like you kind of think it's okay, and it's like it's not, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now you get
It's
caught
not
up
at
in it.
all.
You know what I'm saying? You 19, I'm gonna fuck with this teacher, whatever, and it's cool.
Where
But
did
then
you
you got
fuck
this,
up?
like now you fuck, and then you, I'm gonna tell everybody, and now she in trouble. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because niggas done found out you were fucking on her, and it might have been cool for you to be dealing with her, but she, what if she was dealing with this 16-year-old little nigga too?
But
You know what I'm
she shouldn't
saying?
have either. She should have, as a teacher, she shouldn't have either. So,
So it's bad. It's bad because that's why it's like it's a
I
real
mean, you
thin
might as well
line.
just go out there, find somebody, or you should have got out of the class.
Hey, you know what's funny,
There
bro?
you go.
Thinking
Or
about
she
this
could have
shit.
gone to another school.
No, I mean, no, bro. I mean, that's it's like this, bro. Like if that was, let's say a nigga was 17 and the teacher was making advances at him, the nigga is right for telling someone like, hey, and he feels uncomfortable, like he doesn't want to, you
If
know what
he
I'm
feels
saying?
uncomfortable,
It's
yeah.
right to say, hey, she's my teacher and she's trying to call me in the back room and shit.
But
There's
how many
nothing
guys
wrong
will
with that.
actually do that?
Nobody's doing that. Nobody's actually doing it. But I'm saying
I'm just saying, I'm
genuinely,
asking.
or if a little girl, like, yeah, she has to tell niggas like, yo, this nigga trying to, he's trying to do this with me. That's what happened with the little girl when I was in school. She said flat out, this nigga's trying to do XYZ with me. That shit is just wrong. So it's like it is what it is. But it's these certain situations where you have kids that go to college parties that are fresh out of high school, and they go into these frat or did that, and just so happens these certain people are there and they fucking older women, and they are all technically of age. So it'd be like, how are we really? It'd be real thin lines and weird scenarios where niggas be having to kind of relook at stuff and be like, damn, okay, if niggas are actually of age and that's the foundation of it, what's technically be wrong? You know what I'm
Right,
saying? It'd be basically the rules and policies set up by like people's employers or whatever. You know what I mean? The scenario or the circumstance that surrounds the situation. You got a cop that's trying to have sex with his co-worker. They can't really do that. It doesn't matter if they're both 30. Technically, the policy
right,
says they can't fuck each other. So if they find out that they're fucking each other based off of a colleague level where he's a superior and she's supposed to be reporting to him,
but
that's something that can't happen, right? You know what I'm
see,
saying?
that's what I was about to say. You talk about that. If you really see a lot of scenarios are like this, like the school. Okay, you got the teacher, the
Mm-hmm.
student, and like how you said in the police, you have the sergeant, and then maybe the cadet, or even in any job, you have your boss, and then you have your employee. It's so
Mm-hmm.
many places like that where you feel like you're up here and you could dominate this other person that's
Mm-hmm.
lower level than you.
Yeah, and I agree. Sometimes that does happen, and it creates this like weird dynamic where exploitation can happen. So that's where those policies be set in place, where those different areas, because it depends on the job too. Because sometimes you can actually be related to people and work at the same place, but then some companies don't allow that. Or you be married and then you work at a place, and then some people they don't allow that. It's like different policies, different companies. You know what I'm saying?
But it's
So
more talking about people that are higher than you.
exactly. So
You know,
let's just say your wife is already a manager at this company, and then she say, "Yeah, put an application in, and you can come work over here with me." And now you working with her, but she's technically your manager. You know what I'm saying?
a lot of places wouldn't let you do
They
that, but
wouldn't let you
yeah,
just do that. You know what I'm saying? It all kind of depends. I mean, it just depends. So you know, it's like moralistically, it all based off of like, you know what I'm saying, the ages of consent and ages of like real you know, like maturity. So that's what this stuff is based on. So when you reach certain levels of like 18, 19, to be honest, like we got to be real. We was all having sex in high school, bro. Like we can't act like that wasn't happening. So I was hearing about to be honest, I was hearing once I graduated, which was crazy. It was like once I actually graduated is when I started finding out about the teacher that was having sex with kids. You know what I'm saying? And they was 15, 16, 17, or whatever the case may be, or whatever. And they would be telling me a lot of this stuff, and I'd be like, damn, okay, that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking to myself, like, how did I not know that was going on? The same way with the Mr. You know, the situation when I didn't know that was going on. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't one of these kids that was just, I guess, just out doing stuff. A lot of kids just kind of out doing stuff or something. I don't know how they even got in that scenario. I'm like, so how is he even linking with her? You know what I mean? And we talking about an age where social media wasn't kind of really wasn't a thing. Facebook had just became something. You know what I'm saying? Them
Yeah.
days was just, oh man, it was like beautiful. I wish we can go back to that. Those days were so beautiful, bro. Social media was actually fun. It was actually you could actually like connect with people. You can actually just enjoy it. It was so beautiful. Like you can meet people for real and it be genuine almost. Date people or do stuff. It was somewhat genuine at a point, but then it just got stupid. You know what I'm saying? Now this shit is just terrible. It's just completely yeah. So, but you know what I'm saying? Like I don't mean, and that's why I want to clarify. Like I don't mean it's okay for you know what I mean, people to be preying on young people. It's not. You know what I'm saying? But there are certain times where, things kind of happen and you're older, you're old enough to be dealing with somebody, you're old enough to be having sex, you're 19, you're 20, you're 21, and you have these older people that are in your space and place and y'all end up connecting. And you could have known them because they was your teacher. You could have known them because they was whatever. It don't really matter. But like at those points, it be arguably so like what's really right and what's wrong. That's when the shit gets blended and it gets blurry because technically this nigga's at a frat party with this girl and she 28 and he 21. You know what I'm saying? Is he really doing something wrong? No, he's not. Everybody's of age, but then you can look at niggas and be like, well, that girl was manipulating that man, that little boy. She made him have a drink and then he had sex with her. And it's like all these different scenarios that could take place when niggas could be looking at it like, oh, that shouldn't have took place. You know what I'm saying? It's so, and then you throw all that shit together, be like, well, he's her. That's not. They're not colleagues. She's actually his manager. He's his boss. So they can't have sex, or they know this, that they shouldn't be doing this. And it's like it's hard to really narrow this shit down with particular shit. Like you have these niggas who be, oh, this girl said he did this to her, but he really didn't do it to her. But it doesn't matter. He's put in the box with everybody else who supposedly did these things. You get what I'm saying? Like it don't help. So it just be unfortunate, man. I be looking at a lot of this shit and I be like, it be fucked up because these niggas be like, you know what I'm saying? It's real niggas who are doing real predator shit. And then there be scenarios where niggas kind of be caught up in some bullshit and they get jumbled up in the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Especially like these teachers look like you y'all think you just shouldn't be doing it. But let's say that shit had happened and the nigga was of age, but it was also some other shit going you're probably gonna lose your job. So you shouldn't be doing or these correctional
You're
officers,
gonna
you
be
know what I'm
doing
saying?
it again. You
These
can't go
correctional
out.
officers be fucking the inmates and shit or whatever. You
Right.
technically you're not supposed to fuck the inmates. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
So wouldn't you go out and find somebody outside instead of?
nah, I
And
didn't
I
want that.
get it because you be probably around them all the time. Again, like you said right
I didn't
now,
want
if you
that.
were the cop and you were in the around inmates, you're there every day. You work there every day. You're
And
gonna
you just
connect with
you just
someone. So
gonna connect with them or I don't know. Look, I'm just saying on the level of relatability, I understand it because I seen things happen and I understand have things to happen. Some stuff was wrong, and then some stuff was like, damn, okay, well, okay, you know what I mean? Like literally, like, or it was just young girls dating older niggas in high school. Niggas, he's 19, and this girl was 16. She 15 and he a senior and she's a freshman and that's okay. Do you know what I'm saying? And I would look at that shit like, damn, like especially as a freshman, watching other freshman girls talk to the seniors and talk to the juniors and shit, and whatever the case may be. He graduated already and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd be looking at that shit like, damn, okay, like how? You know what I'm saying? Like that's okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking like I'm low key hating on the older niggas. Like why he got the, why how he talk to the girl and how he, you know what I'm saying? I want to figure out how to, you know what I'm saying? Like why she got to talk to the older nigga? Da 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 da. What you know what I'm saying? She my age. She could talk to a nigga like me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, tuh, the older nigga got game. The older nigga lacing her and telling her something she want to hear.
Right.
So she thinks she need to, you know what I mean? So that's just how. But you don't understand it, and it's unfortunate because if you go back into like way way beyond now, the age dynamic of niggas doing things was totally different now. Shit that was acceptable then is not acceptable now. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be tough. You know what I'm saying? Things that was acceptable 40 years ago might not be looked at as the same way now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I ain't really mad at niggas. I'm more on the level where I be feeling like niggas, you know what I'm saying, are
Well,
dealing
you
with
gotta
different
tell
aspects of life.
everybody.
Yeah, exactly. When it's really like that, you know what I'm saying? When it's really like that per se, you know what I'm saying?
Just keep it quiet.
Keep it chill. If you really,
Yeah,
you
so you could
know,
keep getting it. That's the
if you,
thing,
because
though.
I
You
mean, like, look, if you're a college student and your professor is dealing with you, bro, she
you don't say
deemed you
shit.
worthy to deal with you, bro, you should just be
Exactly.
chill about that. Okay? You're of age. Okay? She's just an older woman. You shouldn't have to tell everybody in your,
Especially,
you know what I'm saying, in your psychology one-on-one class that you fucking her.
right,
You should
especially
just
if
be able to be
again you
chill
want to
about
get
that.
all that sweet
That's the
deal.
level
You
of
want
what
to
I'm
get
talking
all
about.
that. You
Yeah.
want to get some
Like,
dick and
you know what
whatever.
I'm saying?
Get some
Bro, you
pussy.
graduated already, bro. You don't have to tell all the young niggas that's going to school still that you fucked her. You don't have to tell her that. You get what I'm saying? That's the level where it be like, all right, y'all are kind of being goofy. But if you have predators trying to prey on young kids, it's like, all right, bro, that's clearly wrong. But
Yeah,
these scenarios where you
that's
have
really
a,
wrong
you
because
know what I'm
they
saying? You
manipulate.
going to
But
fucking Purdue and yo fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yo psychology teacher want to talk to you, or she giving you looks and passes and shit. You finna tell everybody about that, bro? Why are you finna tell everybody about that?
right,
You know what I'm saying? Why are you finna get her caught
what
up
if
and make her
they
lose her
start
job?
hitting on
That
her? You
shit's
know,
stupid to me. I'm sorry. Yeah, that shit is dumb to me. But like clearly, when young kids are involved, that's not right. But you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You got these, you know what I'm saying? You at the frat party, you see your professor at the frat party, and she take you to the motherfucking utility closet, nigga, and you finna tell everybody that you was in the utility
no, you
closet.
better go get that
Nigga,
shit.
relax. Yeah. Like relax. G. Like that be the problem. It be like
You're
those
gonna ruin
scenarios
it for
that be
everybody, including yourself.
yeah, it don't be understandable. Those scenarios be the scenarios where I be like challenging it, where I be like, all right, yo, you're clearly of age, bro. Why couldn't she would just have kept that under wraps, bro? Now she lost her job, bro, and she lost her job because she was fucking with you. Like, you should have just kept it cool, bro. Kept it G. Kept it like, why you gotta tell everybody she fucking with you? You know, like I don't know, but that just be me. I don't know. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Um, but what I
I think
wanted to
that's anywhere. Like if shit again, um, like the cop, cops that be fucking around with the inmates. It's like, why are you
yeah,
gonna tell?
I don't know. Well, no, they be recording themselves. Like that's what
Recording
they be
shit.
recording them fucking in the end. Yeah, they be fucking them and then recording it and doing that type shit. So
Like,
yeah,
what is that gonna do? They gotta actually free you from there, really? Like, no. You're just
right.
gonna you're just gonna get the cop in trouble.
Pretty much.
Then
I mean,
they're gonna be there. Well, now you're not gonna see them no more.
yeah. I be on a level where I be seeing that shit and I be kind of just like, what can you say? I mean,
What could you say? But yeah, I don't know. That's crazy though. It's crazy
y'all
how
let shit
situations
go.
like that happen.
I can't really deal with it, y'all. I can't really deal with it. I'll be letting shit go, and I definitely have I experienced different shit like watching and learning about what things people was doing when we was growing up and coming up. It's a different
See, he disconnected himself. Why you do that? Where'd you go? Where did you go? You got no video. I know that. You're not in. The other one is not working. But yeah, like how we were saying, that. Well, just be careful who you be fucking around with because you don't know the consequences that might happen. And a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
times
yeah,
it could actually make
yeah.
them lose their job or go to jail or whatever.
It
So
pretty
if you're
much,
trying
you
to
know what I'm
get
saying?
some, you're trying to get some, they're trying to give you some dick or pussy, you're gonna take it. Why are you gonna ruin that shit?
You got to be able to deal with people and and put people in perspective. You know what I'm saying?
You think so?
I think niggas have to be put in the perspective to where it's hard for niggas to understand, like, what it would be like if they were there. Is people forget like they were young and they were
Yeah.
also, you know what I mean? So it's like you be judging people sometimes, and people also were in those same scenarios, and it'd be like, yeah, you might have did the same thing. Not saying so much for a teacher per se, because you're clearly of age, but like as a young person, if you were getting opportunities to do certain things, you probably would just do them just to say you did them. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a young nigga. You just
True.
sometimes you just might want to do shit just to do it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You might just want to do some shit, just be like, oh yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Without thinking of the consequences, though. That's it. But it happens. So then people realize what happens after. But it is what it is. So I don't know. I mean, there's different situations, and it just depends on where they are. I guess the situation, if they're working together or just involved. I guess you get to see them all the time, so you think you start getting used to them, start having some kind of connection with them because you're communicating with them. You're doing all this communication, and you you mix those feelings sometimes. You get confused and you mix those feelings and you think, okay, maybe I should go for it because it feels like, we're around all the time. So you get used to them. So you want to start taking it to the next level. And then a lot of times that might not happen. Or if it does happen, then like you say, it gets ruined because why do you want to tell people? But like you
Hmm.
say, they just want to say it because they never done something like that.
Personally, I mean, it depends. Young people are in a certain state where they feel like, you know, they gotta do things. Things just have to happen. You know what I'm saying? So you have people who like they genuinely have never had certain experiences. So like if they have never had alcohol and they 17 and niggas like, oh, I got alcohol. Niggas like, oh, okay. They
Mhm.
just might want to do it just for the sake of doing it because they never did it before. So
Right.
that's what makes them vulnerable, just from the aspect of saying, okay, this older person is saying do this stuff. I might just do it. You know what I'm saying? So moralistically, that's where it becomes wrong when you're talking about people who are not of age to do anything or consent to something legally.
They're more
But you know what I'm
curious,
saying?
like you said. They're curious about to do it.
Which could be rightfully so in their own right. They just want to do something, but if you're 16, you can't do it. If you're
Right.
17, you can't do it in some states. But when you're talking 18 and 19 and 20, those be arguable legal stances where if she wants to date a 32-year-old nigga and she's 18 and she chose it, legally they can't fight it, even if it's
Right.
moralistically wrong.
Right.
That's where those cases be falling and niggas be looking at people like, oh, he's wrong for talking to her or she's wrong for doing whatever. But legally, they were able to do it because they got the parents' consent or they, waited till the kid was, the person was 20 and then they did it. You know what I'm saying? And moralistically, yeah, you can view that as like, hey, if my daughter was whatever, I wouldn't want that to happen. But that's what be happening a lot of times. Like I seen a lot of, what I'm saying, young girls deal with older dudes. It was a girl that I knew fresh out of high school dealing with a nigga. He was like 40, and she was
Oh wow.
what was he like 19 or something? Had a baby with the nigga.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, and he was a deadbeat father, all that type shit. But I mean, it's life. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Right.
what I mean. That's the choices that she made. She's of age to make certain choices. It could be looked at as wrong, moralistically, like, oh, this nigga was taking advantage of her. Yeah, he damn near was, but legally, she's of age to make those decisions and say, hey, I want to
To
have
make
sex
those
with this
stupid
nigga.
decisions. Yeah.
Period. So you can't be mad at the nigga at this point. The nigga
Yeah.
can be looked at it whatever way you want to look at him, but legally he was able to do it, and guess what? She allowed the nigga to do it. So at the end of the day, that's why there's no fault at play. Like you can't be, oh, this nigga wrong with that. Because if the nigga was a good father, then what could you say? You'd be like, oh, that nigga, oh, they just got together. But now the nigga's a bad father, so now it's like, oh, well, this kind of stuff shouldn't happen. Well, nah, I mean, this kind of stuff has always happened. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all wouldn't be here if them scenarios wouldn't taking place. To be
Right.
honest, just being real.
So I want to tell you about this other story, right? Now, this story comes from a mother and daughter. Mother and
Oh,
daughter work at a Pahrump brothel. Okay. So this is the story. So I read the article. Okay. And this is what it was. The daughter has already been working at this brothel or this, well, we're not going to call it brothel. I mean, call it chicken ranch. It's adult entertaining, whatever.
hmm,
So she has been already working there. Her mother was living in North Carolina, and she had a farm and everything over there. But her mother started to struggle financially over there, right?
right,
And so she said it was getting slow, and she had to take care of all his bills and everything. And the daughter said, "Well, why don't you come work over here with me?" I mean,
right.
obviously, her mother already knew where her daughter worked at, and she
Hmm.
said, "Well, why don't you come and try to make some money here with me?"
Right.
And so the mother decided to pick up and move to Nevada. And she started working at the chicken ranch. So
The
she started
chicken
working,
ranch.
yeah, it's called a chicken ranch.
Okay. The chicken ranch.
But
Okay.
they said this is the first time that a mother and daughter work at the same place.
Okay.
So isn't that interesting? I mean, I
I'm
still, in any job, I would not want to work with my mom.
I'm gonna let you because here's my thing. Whatever people decide to do with their kids, that's their business, that's their kids. Yeah, y'all do y'all thing. I don't know why y'all be working this, you know, and this is a brothel, you said, right?
Yes.
I don't know why niggas be working at a brothel necessarily, but hey, that's their prerogative
Well,
and
because
their business.
it is a business and it's actually legal here in Nevada. So they work there, and so she asked her mom to come and work too. I mean, the mother, the daughter, they're both attractive, especially the mother. The mother doesn't look old, she doesn't look at for her age. So,
Right.
and then, that's again, that might be a lot of people's, it'll make them more money knowing that they have a daughter and a mother there. I don't
Yeah,
know per se if
I'm
they'll
sure
have
it's a
them in the
niche for
same
that.
thing,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a niche for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure
Yeah,
people like are into that or something. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sure that's gonna be a commodity for people, but hey, y'all, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, cause like we was talking about the mom who did the OnlyFans with her son. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
right.
if y'all like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Well,
got nothing
and that's the
against
thing with the mother and son, like how they always try to explain, they take it as the family business. You know, yeah, he said in the beginning it was a little weird to see his mom there having sex with other men or
right.
masturbating or just even
I would think
naked,
so. I
right?
would say, right?
But the way
But you
she
still
explained, she
wouldn't work for it. You still wouldn't did it. So it's just
right.
like
But
again, it'd be
he
like
felt too,
moralistically with people. It's like you
but
do
he
it. Go on
also
what you're
felt like
saying.
it was better, that he was able to kind of watch over his mom. So he was there on hands trying to do everything just to make sure. And I guess
Whatever
like
way
she
you
didn't want to go ahead and
hey,
bring any more people, outside people into the business. So why not keep it within the family like any other
uh-huh.
family business?
Let's keep the porno business in the family. Listen, moralistically, we can look at it whatever way you want to look at it, but technically, he can do that. He
Right.
can choose to work with it. What was he like 20 or something?
Yeah.
He was like 19 or something. He can do it. That's my point. It's like he can technically go do that shit. And moralistically, you could look at the mom and be like, what type of person are you? Like you fucking weird.
Right.
But at the same
They're looking
time,
more at the mom, not the
the little
son,
nigga
but more like the mom.
but the little nigga chose to do it. The little nigga, and it's like he's being somewhat manipulated into this kind of a
That's how
lifestyle per
people will
se.
view it.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the nigga's of age. So what are we saying? At the end of the day, that
We're
little
saying
nigga has to
again that
choose.
someone like the mother that's older manipulated someone younger, no
Hmm.
matter who it was, because that's how they're gonna view it, no matter what, whether it was her son or not.
I agree. It's like my thing be like when a younger nigga is manipulated by an older nigga and then some shit happens, niggas don't really care. And they still gonna run they still gonna run the demo on you. You know what I'm saying? So if you link with an older person and y'all do something wrong, you know what I'm saying? And it's wrong on both parties to do it, whatever y'all did. A lot of times the younger nigga does get a lesser thing, but it doesn't matter though. They're not looking at that all the way like, oh yeah, you just was a young nigga. No. You know what I'm saying? You're
And,
20,
and
bro. You can decide if something's wrong or right. So that's how
right,
people look at
right,
stuff. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
And like you
You
say,
know,
he didn't have to do it, but then like, there's reasons why they did it. And at the end of the
that's
day,
their
both
business.
making the money. It's not like, they get more money coming in. It's more kept to themselves
I'm
than
saying on a
to
level
hire
like you
other
finna have
people.
kids, and how you gonna tell your kids you was doing porn with your grandma? You know what I'm saying? With their grandma, and you was watching her do whatever, and you gonna keep that in. My thing would be asking, bro, would be like, you gonna keep that in the family? You know what I'm saying? When you have kids, bro, you gonna put them. It's like
Right.
that's
Would you do it
crazy.
now if you have your kids of
It's
age and they want
crazy.
to do that?
It's grooming. It's grooming, and especially particularly with that is crazy. So that's why it's like, okay, you're talking about somebody who is legally able to do something. So it's really nothing can be done. But moralistically, people look at people and be like, all right, bro, like, how are you able to do this? This isn't right. This shouldn't be happening. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be weird scenarios where people be, but you
But
see how that girl's in trouble, but this girl can do whatever and basically have groomed her son. So this is my thing. We gotta ask real questions. So when did this little nigga start knowing that she was doing the porn?
oh, I don't know. I
It's
can't
been
remember. I had to go back to
Yeah.
the.
So it's like, so that little nigga wasn't watching porn before he was of age and shit,
Well, and the
and
the
doing
whole thing.
shit
Well,
before he
I'm
was of
sure he
age and
was,
shit.
especially how things are now. I'm sure he has watched porn. You know,
And it's like
like
your
every
mom
other
being a
boy would. At a young age,
he was
and
groomed into that shit, bro.
And the
He was
thing
groomed.
was, though, the story was that how it started is she got divorced to his dad,
Hmm.
and it was just her and the son, right? Well,
Hmm.
she was trying to just, again, it's financial struggles, She decided to go and do OnlyFans,
Right.
start doing OnlyFans, and she said she really didn't trust no one, really no one, and felt like, just to make sure that she's able to keep doing this, be safe, and to trust someone, she chose her son.
This is actually reminding me of a scenario that happened I seen on Facebook where this lady had I don't know I, you know how I don't know what you call these kind of people, but they do like waxes for people, like bikini waxes and shit.
Yeah.
And she had her daughter giving this lady a bikini wax,
Uh-huh.
and she was like, the little girl was like 5 or some shit. So niggas were outraged with this broad. Like they was like, "What?"
Really?
Yeah, it's just it's kind of like an 18-year-old doing that. Yeah, you'd be like, okay, you being trained to do this trade, and eventually you're gonna be able to get into the trade and make money. That's the purpose. She's fucking 5, and I guess the girl owns a business where she does that. So she's looking at it like, oh, okay, and she's not doing somebody's face or somebody. She's literally doing a
Right.
bitch pussy type shit.
Right.
So it's looking kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So niggas was outraged with that shit. Like, yo, like, what the fuck?
Why would
Like,
you teach your
why would you
child that?
have your, yeah, like, why would you have your child in here waxing somebody's bikini, like, and she's 6, like 5, like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So it was like on a level where I'm just kind of like, damn, bro, people will kind of just do anything and whatever. Like how you see this, like she doing porn and the little nigga 17, she wait till we 18 and be like, okay, well, can you do that? It's like, well, wait a minute. Well, how did this just start? That's my whole point. Is just like, where did it just start at? You just told him you do the only, and he just said, okay, I'm gonna do that. Like, what? Like, what is how? What are we talking? What is going on? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just sprung that on some kid at 19 years old that never viewed his mom in a certain light and said, yeah, I'm gonna do this, they not gonna just say they finna do that. You get what I'm saying? They're not gonna just be like, oh yeah, I'm finna record you doing OnlyFans. The fuck? They gonna be like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? They gonna go through like a little mini crises, low key. Any little nigga that just grew up as a normal person and then their mom is doing whatever, and you find it at whatever age that you kind of and she asks you some shit like that, you not gonna just be, oh, shit, mom, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You film you bending over and shit for sure. Like niggas ain't doing that, so you gotta think like, where did this really start? The nigga was okay to do this at 19 or 18. So where did they start talking about this shit to where it was like, oh, I'll go ahead and do that? You know what I'm saying?
It
So
could
it's
have
like
been from the beginning before, but
that
we
shit.
don't know. I mean, that's
But
something I
that's
had to
my
go ahead and
it's
look into.
it be real thin lines. It be shit that happened that be like questionably okay, where it be like, damn, okay, you was fucking with an older woman. Okay, that's cool, bro. But then it be certain other scenarios where it be like, that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
said, I know a girl who she's 19. She's talking to a nigga that's 40. Technically, she could talk to that nigga
Yeah.
if he's a good guy or a bad guy.
Right.
Whatever happens with that happens with that. But technically, they both was able to. They chose it.
Right.
She's 6 months from 20. Like what? Technically, she chose it, and he was okay with it, and she was okay with it.
Right.
It's nothing that can be done. You know what I'm saying? So those scenarios be weird. But it'd be morally like, hey yo, is niggas wrong for this? Or is this, or you know what I'm saying? Or is nigga, or this just kind of what happens?
I mean,
You know
it
what I'm
happens,
saying?
and again, as long as you are over the age, you can make your own. I mean, and it's not just that; just everything in life. You have your own choices to make whatever you want to
When you're of
choose to
age,
do. You
that's
just
how
gotta
the law.
realize there's
If you do
consequences
something
and whatever
wrong,
actions
bro,
after that. So at
if
the end
you
of the
do,
day, everybody just makes stupid mistakes a lot of
bro,
times, no
if
matter
you do
how old you
something,
are.
bro, if you do something with an older nigga, bro, the little nigga who just, I think he was like 20 something, 23 or something, 22 or something though. But he real young still, but he was still of age, so he probably 22 or some shit. So the little nigga who killed PNB Rock and shit with his dad or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He like, whatever my dad said this and that and that. They ain't looking at that like that, bro. You're of age. They don't
Right.
care that he's 20 years older than you. you're of age, and if you did something wrong with an older person, they're gonna run you through the process. They don't give a fuck that you got finessed. They're gonna run you
Right,
through the
they got
process and then
manipulated.
decide
Yep.
later if that's credible or not. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about niggas being 30 years younger than this, that, and 30, whatever. They like, oh well, how old you was 23? Okay, bro, well, why didn't you know to not
Well,
do
you
that?
just didn't know. Yep, you have your own
Yeah,
mind at that
they like,
time.
okay, so why didn't you know it was okay to not rob this person or hurt this person
Right,
or do this with this person or
right.
drink with these younger age people or whatever the fuck,
Yep,
right? That's what
right,
they looking at. They don't give a fuck at or with these other niggas. They was like 39. They was there too, and they told me to do. They don't really give a fuck about that, bro. You in it. So that be my thing. Where be like we be looking at shit and it be like, yeah, is we talk about shit being morally wrong or we talk about some shit that just happening? You know what I'm saying? Because you talk about some shit that's just happening, it's a lot of shit that just be happening and we don't be even talking about it. We be like, oh, okay, that just happened. Like I said, I was 19 or whatever, and she was like, oh yeah, he was fucking her, and we was like senior or sophomores and da da da. And I'm like, and they never said nothing. They like, nah, da da da. And I'd be like, damn. I'm like, damn, like, how did I not
right.
see this shit happening? It just be happening, and then niggas kind of just boom. You know what I'm saying? So then it'd be like, okay, so wait a minute. So what's going on? Like, do that shit just be happening all the time and niggas don't notice it? That why I be also questionable about my kids being in school. Certain, you know what I mean? You just don't be knowing. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be
We all
like,
be doing a lot of things. That's the thing. That's the way the world is. This doesn't matter where it is, but
you
that's
just don't be
how it
knowing.
is, you know.
But yeah,
But
yeah.
with that being said, though, it was a good topic, though. I mean,
Oh yeah, for sure,
interesting.
for sure. Nah, that shit is some crazy shit though, bro. Some crazy shit. So you know what I'm saying?
And
Crazy shit. But we'll get back into it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, man, salute to everybody that's fucking with niggas. You feel me? You know what I'm
I
saying?
want
Just
to thank everybody that came in,
chop it up with shit.
and hopefully see you guys on the next episode of Open Mouse